Hello guys, welcome back to Let's Talk Resident Evil. This is episode 4, and I'm here with my co-host Richard.
Hello guys.
And we were joined by Perry last time, but now it's just me and him as always, the original duo. And we have a lot to talk about on this episode. Not as much, but I'm going to start off by talking about my channel and like what it's pretty much. It's also for Richard to hear because he didn't hear what I have to say, like what I actually wanted to get across for the past little while now, and it's something that I've been kind of trying to. It is Resident Evil related, so it does go back to that, and then we'll go into what we're going to talk about for the remainder of the episode. But also before, Richard, you might be like, "What the fuck?" I know this has nothing to do with Resident Evil, but I wanted to say this before I go on about me. I just want to send my regards to the bassist of Deftones, Chi Chang. It's a band. He's been in a coma since 2008, and he passed away, I think, a few hours ago. And I just want to dedicate this episode to him because, Deftones is one of my favorite bands, and he's a great bassist, and he passed away, unfortunately. Car accident, a long time ago, and it sent him into a coma for all these years. So shout out to him, man, and Deftones. I hope you guys continue making music and stuff like that. All right, back to Resident Evil. So as you guys know, and Richard knows as well, that because I spoke to Richard personally about this, you guys kind of only got whatever I said in the Zero Let's Play part, and the final part, that is. And the past few days, actually, I've been trying to spend alone and trying to really think about the whole YouTube situation and myself, because it does have to do with the content that I'm putting out on my channel, and with the whole reviews and stuff like that and Let's Plays. So I've been trying to really take the time to kind of get myself better, because that was the main goal for me, and I think I told you that, Richard. I was trying to get myself better before I were to continue and make more content, so I can feel more enthusiastic about it and excited. And and so I want to tell you guys that I've been really, really thinking hard about this whole YouTube thing and where I'm at and where the community stands. And the community for the most part is still strong over at my channel and maybe in the Let's Play community. You still have the problems with the views and the subscribers being completely just another number that doesn't really matter. But there is a majority, and Richard can speak for this as well because he has his own audience. It's like that audience everybody who's listening to this podcast and everybody who watches both of our Let's Plays. We have our own group of audience that we are grateful for, because some people don't even have anything at all. So just for that, we are very grateful. And, the past few days I've been kind of walking around and just trying to spend time alone, just trying to really think about what I have to do to get myself better. And I have pretty much news that I want to announce to pretty much everybody who's listening. And,
oh boy.
Yeah, pretty much, in May, first of all, Revelations comes out. And I already kind of tiptoed around it, and it's been kind of talked about, but I am planning on doing a Revelations review, for sure. That is happening, and kind of like how I did Raccoon City a year ago. That's the plan anyway. I'll play it, review it, write down what I feel, because again, it's me jumping into a Resident Evil game for the very first time, and I will make sure my opinions are spot on, and I will be really honest. I won't, suck the game's dick, pretty much, or I won't kiss its ass, in other terms, because, some fanboys are fanboys, but I'm kind of a more simple person when it comes to stuff like that. And who knows, maybe I might make the review, and I might talk about how the story's kind of like this, and then my opinion might change, but I'll try to make sure it's as 100% as possible. But that's the plan. That's for late May. Doesn't that come out May
21st?
21st. So the news that the several things of news that I want to announce is that will be happening. There will be collection updates happening. Of course, the podcast will always be recorded here and there whenever we really feel like it, because that's how we roll like a boss. Anyway, no.
Can they expect any Let's Play and Let's Have Funs?
I was just about to get to that.
Oh.
Yeah, Let's Plays and Let's Have Funs in pretty much. I'm gonna try to slip this in there now before the review on the 21st or whenever it comes out, or whenever I release it.
Yeah.
I want to try to do it within maybe probably late April, early May. I want to try to do a Let's Play, Let's Have Fun. I'm not sure yet, but I want to give you guys something that me and Richard will do, and I want to release it just kind of as a little, just start off. I want to take baby steps back into kind of making Let's Plays.
Well, the beauty about Let's Play and Let's Have Funs is that you can record them at any time, and
Exactly.
you can record them, like, you can do anything you want, basically. They don't really have to be planned, so...
Yeah, and they
they're
don't
random,
even have
too.
Yeah, and they don't even have to be like top notch. Like if me and you have a good time, like I have so much nostalgia with the ones we did in the summer.
The
Like,
mercenaries.
the Mercs, like
Yeah.
that's funny. We might do what I'm planning on doing. I'm not sure yet, but I want to do a little bit of RE5 and a little bit of RE6 for the mercenaries. So I'm planning on doing that.
Yep.
Because those are really fun, and man, yeah, that's the plan. So you heard it here first, guys. So if you're listening to the podcast, my other viewers who might not get around to listening to this or whatever, I understand, won't know. So they might be surprised. As a full-length LP, now this is what I was getting to, for a Resident Evil Let's Play title. This is where things get kind of skeptical because again, Let's Play, Let's Have Fun. It's easier because you're with somebody else, and it's more kind of linear around all these it's kind of different. It's more broad in direction. But as a full length LP, I'm going to say now it might be too far, but I don't know. I'm going to try to say
It
maybe
can change at any time, too.
it can change at any time.
Like,
but
right
I'm-
now, you're thinking of a specific game, but your mood can change. So,
Exactly.
this is not definite, but it's very high.
It's very high.
Yeah.
I'm planning on doing a full-length solo run on Resident Evil 5. That's what I want to do, and I want to try to do it. I'm going to try to make it in August. July or August, maybe late July, maybe August. I don't know. I got to see how everything holds up. I'm going to maybe push for July, sometime in July, because, Richard, I'm doing my film and stuff, so I'm really going to try to get around that. And that is really just a new, because I really took the past few days for myself, and I wasn't really trying to go on Xbox that much and just try to
I
think
think you
about
should push for late June.
late June.
Yeah,
maybe.
if you can. Late June.
Yeah, so pretty much the summertime, very early summertime, I'm hoping, because, and again, it's pretty much 2 months away, so that will give me plenty of time to find my place. And don't worry, as you know, this will keep going on, the podcast, collection updates, the review you got to look forward to, so don't worry, guys. But I finally wanted to announce it and make it official for you, Richard, because you didn't even know, and others as well. And I hope people are very excited about it. And I wanted to get that off my chest because I really took the time to think about this, because I care about you, I care about everybody else, and I don't want to let my personal life get me away from that. And I really need to fix myself and not let things kind of crumble down, and I have to save myself again. So it'll take a little bit more time, but hopefully that is the plan. So you heard it here first. Let's Play, Let's Have Fun will probably be the next little Let's Play related thing that you're getting. So hopefully late April, early May. I'm planning on me and Richard to do that. And plus we can knock them out like on a Friday night sometime. You know what I mean? They'll be up. And you guys enjoyed them. And if you haven't, if you're a newcomer who hasn't seen the Let's Plays, Let's Have Funs, there's a playlist on my channel, and go check it out. It's basically me and Richard just doing little bits and pieces of DLC from a game or mercenaries, just having fun and making jokes, laughing, and it was a really good time. And I'm sure it will be a great time to record again. I'm looking forward to it, definitely. Yeah, so that's it with me. I pretty much wanted to say all that because it's really important, in my opinion, it's important because I mean, and you can say this too, Richard, because this is pretty much our hobby, and we pretty much invest a lot of time into YouTube.
We do.
we invest so much time into what we do, and we don't. The thing that we get in return is your views. Your support. There's no money here. It's just a lot of hard work and we try to have fun with it, and that's why I don't want to be doing this a few months from now and being like, wow, I still feel miserable on my personal, on a personal level, because then I'm not going to have fun. And same with if I do a movie, if I film with actors and stuff, which I do as well. Additionally to this, I don't want that to affect me as much, because it's more cathartic for me to do stuff like this. It's more kind of therapeutic to kind of get away and go to people who actually appreciate what I do and do stuff like this and talk about Resident Evil. And it's something that we love as fans, and we love talking about it. We love representing that, and just anything that we really feel like representing. It could be a Spider-Man game. It can be a fucking Dead Space game. It could be anything, but we just do it because that's what we do. And it's been a long way. Each fucking year, I swear, is just different chapters of my life with each Let's Play. I think I brought this up before, but it's I look back, and that's another thing that I did the other day, is I was looking back at all the Resident Evil content that I put out and just remembering where I was and how my mindset has changed since then. And it's very nostalgic, but again, it's not. I wouldn't say depressing, but it's more kind of humble and more kind of wow, I really need to sort myself out before I continue, because Zero ended on a bad note for me personally, but not really you guys. You guys got a pretty good Let's Play out of it, and for the future of that, I hope I hope the future is bright. But again, hopefully late June, sometime July, and if not August. I mean, that's just the plan. It's not official, but RE5, I'm pretty positive about that, because I always do it every other time. You guys vote, and then I vote. And so pretty much you guys voted for Zero. Now it's my turn to pick. And RE5 is just one of those kind of... it's just one of those things, I hopped around the DLC, did a bunch of mercs. It's time to do the actual game.
Yeah,
I
you've
love
always
RE5.
played around RE5, but you never really got to the main story.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure people will like seeing that, because most of you guys, from what I understand, like RE5. Because I remember when me and Richard did the LP, Let's Have Fun, stuff like that, you guys loved the mercs, and we pretty much had a good time. So I'm pretty sure most of you are fans of RE5. I know there's people out there, maybe some of my subscribers, who don't like it. That's fine. And if you would like to join on the Let's Play when it comes out, that'd be fine too. Because sometimes I can watch a game that I don't really like, but the commentary is interesting. But that's all personal opinion on the person who's doing the commentary. All right, so that's it. And now we're gonna try to put something on the spot right now. And I was talking to Richard about this because it's pretty much what we're going to be talking about in this episode. Is pretty much the question: is survival horror really alive anymore? I was bringing this up because I was thinking about this. Whether they make a Resident Evil 7 or they make a reboot in general, Capcom, their mentality with the sales and the action and all that jazz that they try to put in there and try to say, oh, but people really want this, but they also want this. It's like, I feel like it's kind of, I don't know. I know it's not dead because you have things like Dead Space doing it. Silent Hill, I guess, tries to do it. I don't know. I heard, Silent Hill's not doing a good job at making it very effective, but it's still, if anything, it stayed more horror than Resident Evil ever did, from what I understand.
We're not really getting any good, true survival horror games.
Exactly.
Dead Space is a survival horror game, even the third one.
Mm-hmm.
But it involves a lot of elements of action as well. And what I mean by that is that, okay, the first Dead Space, now that's really survival horror, but it had all the shooting and all the guns and all the upgrading and all that. And then Dead Space 2 kind of played with the guns a bit more. And Dead Space 3 brought in those environments that were a bit more open and expansive. But it's like a lot of gunplay mixed in with a lot of horror. But we don't get those games anymore where we have to we only have like 5 weapons in the game. We have to manage our ammo. We have to like, scavenge for items and explore and do puzzles and find keys and see the horrors that lie within a certain setting. Like, we don't get that anymore.
Exactly, and
like,
that brings
like
up the question.
Resident Evil and Silent Hill, like the earlier Silent Hills and the earlier Resident Evils, they had that, and we don't get that anymore. Every time we get a horror game these days, it has a lot of action elements, and that's
exactly
like
yeah.
They can do it. They can fucking do it. It's just they choose not to.
That's the problem.
Like,
man.
what's holding them back?
Exactly. Whether it's that's the thing. That's why I bring up the question: is it really dead? Because
dead, as in like, if they can,
it's gone away for a while.
Well, I think I can safely say that there is not one next-gen game that plays like a traditional survival horror game. I don't think there is.
Exactly. You're right. I don't think since Silent Hill 2, maybe 3, on like PS2.
Well, there's probably like
last ones.
Other survival horror games that are more obscure.
Maybe ones I haven't
like
heard of.
There's Eternal Darkness and there's Siren and no, it's Siren Blood Curse on the PS3. That's a shining example. But
it's under the radar.
Yeah, it's under the radar, and we don't get games like that anymore. I think there was another game called Deadly Premonition.
I think you told me about that.
Very shitty reviews. Of course, when we do try to get something that tries to be like traditional survival horror,
it doesn't get the credibility.
Yeah. Last time I heard, that game was getting a director's cut with a lot of improvements. Apparently this March that just passed by, but I didn't hear anything about it. So
well, I mean, because that's what I'm talking about. Because Resident Evil started this, and
yeah. It's not like dead in the sense where it's impossible to do, but it most likely is dead because of the fact that developers don't want to make a scary game anymore.
Is that audience gone? Like, we're still here,
No. The audience is still there. It's just the developers are too blind.
They don't see that we're here.
They're like,
pretty much.
No, they probably realize that we're here, but they think that there's not enough of us.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, if we make this cool game,
Call of Duty fans.
Yeah, like we can't appeal to the Call of Duty fan. We can't appeal to like the action gamers.
That's the thing, because Resident Evil started out as just specifically survival horror, branching out and doing things different. I understand, because I know there's going to be the people out there. Well, it just gets boring if it's the same thing. Yeah, but you know how many things you could do in a survival horror?
You're a fucking idiot. Yeah, exactly.
You've heard them before. I know you heard these people. You've heard them before.
I got into arguments before. I remember I got into an argument with one guy who said Resident Evil was never about survival horror. It was about monsters and viruses. That's why it's called Biohazard in Japan. He literally said that.
I remember you said that sarcastically in the party one day. That was so fucking funny. Dude, that was great. That's the thing.
It can't get boring because, like you said, there's so much you can do with survival horror.
Exactly, and we have a fan base. You know how big this fan base is. Silent Hill fans are Resident Evil fans. Resident Evil fans are also Silent Hill fans. It's like, yeah, you can kind of focus on one game series, but it's the same.
Dude, like if I was in charge of a game, if I was making a game and I had the knowledge and talent to make a game and the resources, I would harken back to the old days where I would still use tank controls,
Yeah, exactly.
I would go to simple basics like, okay, back when games had one handgun, one shotgun, simply titled the handgun and shotgun. And then maybe here and there you would upgrade it, but that's it.
Think about it. I mean, if they rebooted Resident Evil, which I know everybody's been raving about, and we still get questions about it, but I mean, would it really be a sad? Because here's the thing. I'm going to compare it to other Capcom's work. Devil May Cry. Now, Devil May Cry always has been that action element. So when they rebooted it, they didn't have a problem with it. It was pretty much the same concept.
Here's the thing. When they rebooted DMC, they gave it to a British company.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was a different
what company was
it? I can't remember their name.
Probably some. I don't even know.
I don't remember their name. I can't, but I don't know if Capcom will give it to another group of people. Now that can be good or bad because Konami tried that with Silent Hill. Didn't turn
Tom
out
Hewlett.
well. Tom Hewlett.
That's it. Tom Hewlett, Twin Perfect.
He wrote a really good poem for the game Homecoming, because in the game Homecoming you can find these children drawings, and on the back of each drawing you find there's like a stanza, and when you collect them all, they all form this poem about Pyramid Head. And it's cool, but that's the only cool thing you can do.
Well, I mean, see, here's the thing. Now, Capcom, I think Capcom, if you're rebooting it, now, this is Capcom's pretty much their baby. I mean, I know they're big with Mega Man and all that bullshit, I know. But I'm saying, as
like the top.
Resident Evil is their top franchise.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it means a lot to the fans, and if they're to reboot this and give it to somebody else, that just seems like they just don't even care, and they're rebooting it and they still don't even care.
It might, well, you know, maybe they do care. Maybe they just feel as though they can't give it justice anymore.
Which is a shame, because it's their fucking game. Shinji Mikami is if he passed away, he'd be rolling in his grave.
I don't even think it's Capcom's game, to be honest. I think it's Shinji Mikami's game.
Yeah.
Because he created Resident Evil, and
I mean, I wish he was still around, man.
He made the original, he made 4, he made Remake. All 3
look
are
how
highlights.
good yeah, exactly.
Like, 4 isn't the traditional survival horror type, but it did a lot of things right, but...
Want to hear my opinion?
Yeah.
RE4 was pretty much a perfect game. I fucking love RE4.
Almost perfect, yeah.
Almost perfect. It was pretty much a perfect game. I'm telling you. That, like, of this generation, like, our last generation, I should say, that was just fucking amazing. There's just no words to really explain it. I'll do a review on it someday, but, I mean, holy shit. That is a... Wow. That, I mean... And
again, like, RE4 doesn't really, like... It's not traditional survival horror. It did a lot of things right. But that's just an example of what this man can do.
Exactly. And that's what we're showing.
The guy made Remake.
And yeah, Remake too. You know how okay, that was an almost perfect game as well.
That's my favorite Resident Evil game.
And he recently played it too, a few months ago, I think it was, or like maybe like not a few months ago, but it was like what, a half a year probably, 6 months ago when he first played that Remake.
When he did?
No, when you did.
Oh, when I did. Yeah, I played it May 1st actually of 2012.
Oh, I thought it was. I thought whatever. Well, anyway, he played it later than most of more core fans. Like he was already a fan, and I was like, "You're Rich, you really got to check out Remake." He played it, and he fucking beat it faster than I could even beat it. And he was like, "Dude, I fucking love this game," and I was like, "Dude, it's an amazing game."
I remember Jenny had it for 2 weeks, and then I got it.
And you beat it that weekend.
And I beat it before she did.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
it's great.
You guys have to play that. Like, if you're a fan and you have it in your collection and you haven't really got a chance to get around to it, I don't know what you're doing listening to this. Stop it and play it.
If you are a fan and you've never played it simply because it's only on GameCube, I feel your pain, but you need to invest in a GameCube.
Invest in that. I mean, I heard they are. I mean,
I got
if you have a
mine
Wii,
for $25.
Yeah, I got mine for full price back in the day, but whatever. I mean, it was worth that anyway. But I mean, hey, if you have a Wii, you can get archives. Now, I heard it's the same thing.
It is the same thing with like 2 extra save slots, I think.
Well, there you go. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing now. For people like us who play the archives, is just another like port. But if you have a Wii, there's 2 ways you can make it happen. Yeah, there's 2 ways you can make it happen. And I know people say, well, why don't they bring it to Xbox and PS3? Trust me, they're not. They're not going to.
You know,
think about it.
I think I have, like, I didn't think of this before, but I have the best idea for Resident Evil 7. They need to make Resident Evil 7 a prequel that goes back to the 60s where you play as George Trevor trying to get out of the mansion. Because he built the mansion, his family was taken away from him, and you find his notes in Remake.
You're right.
What if they go back, you know?
They could go back, but wouldn't that defeat the purpose of calling it 7?
No, it wouldn't. Metal Gear Solid 3 is called 3, but that takes place in 64.
You do have a point. and it's still relevant to the story.
Metal Gear Solid 5 is coming out. That takes place in 83.
Really? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, and Metal Gear Solid 4 took place in 2014.
Wow.
Yeah, they can still number prequels.
There you go, guys. I mean, wow, that actually is a good... Why didn't we think of that?
I don't know, but...
well,
like,
we kept focusing on
playing
the
as
future.
George Trevor, and then, like, you find the BOWs for the first time, and you see that familiar mansion, but it's like, I guess it would be a bit newer, because that's when it was created.
Yeah, yeah.
But, like, it's still, like, scary, and it has next-gen graphics, and, you know, new puzzles and traps. Maybe they've been modified over the years, but it would go back to that old style of gameplay, and...
Bring back survival horror.
Fans would love it. Old fans of the series would love it.
And new fans will too. There's
like,
no reason why.
I consider myself a modern fan because 5 is what got me into it. But, you know, I can still appreciate the older games, and Hell Remake is my favorite. So this, like, you know, it definitely opened me up to the series.
Exactly.
So,
and I mean, that is a good concept, because see, when me you and Perry, 3 weeks ago or so, when we focused on, we were focusing on the future. We weren't really focusing on what, like, you know, going back. We were focusing on, like, what can we do next.
Yeah. And Perry was, like, asking us ideas, and I didn't know what to say, because, like, you can have all these scary things, but I kept saying, well, it's up to them to do whatever they want to do. But
well,
then,
Perry,
like,
if you're listening to this, here you go.
Here you go, Perry.
There's your, that would actually be good. And you know what? I mean, because I know he was saying on the podcast, saying, you know, they're just going to reboot it. Well, this is for if they don't, and they actually follow up on a sequel, that it would be perfect to reinvent and make up for 6. I think that would be great. It'd bring back survival horror. It'd bring back really good and old fans. It will make up for the story. It will just be, things will feel a little bit more tight, like they did with 4 and 5, in my opinion, because I think 4 and 5 are fine.
It also fixes, like, how people are saying, well, you know, these characters are getting older. We're seeing them, like, in every other game. They can't use them forever. So go back and use, like, George Trevor, Lisa Trevor,
new characters,
Jessica Trevor,
new characters that we never played as.
Spencer in his prime, when he wasn't in a wheelchair. You know,
characters that we never played.
They could go back to Africa when they're on the expedition and they find the flower, the progenitor flower or whatever. And, you know, they can just, like, make this whole, like, they can make, like, 3 or 4 games, like, on how Umbrella was founded and, like, all of these, like, facilities and, like, outbreaks that only they knew about.
It could be pretty much an origin game.
Yeah. They could make a whole series of origin games.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that'd be great, because just playing through each, like, era of each, like, when things happen and leading it up to, well, pretty much 0.
And, like, you're using, like, 60s weaponry and shit.
Oh, that'd be bad. Dude, Resident Evil in the 60s, dude?
Yeah.
That's pretty badass. You guys can't say that it wouldn't be a cool setting. That would be so different. But, I mean, of course, you're going to have the people that will always complain, like, oh, why don't they
I don't give a fuck. Okay, I don't give a fucking
fuck. The
fuck.
fans, you guys listening, let us know what you think.
Game, I know for a fact that
Images.
Everybody who loves Resident Evil would love it.
Exactly.
It'd
have the BOWs, it'd have the backstory, it's staying true to the series. What else do you want?
Have new characters.
New characters that we've heard of, we've read files about.
New but familiar elements, you know. It would be a huge homage to the other games as well.
Yeah, and it's like we've tiptoed around the backstory with the files and certain cutscenes. Now we get to experience it in next gen.
Yeah.
Like,
that's one of the reasons why I like Metal Gear Solid story so much, is that, like, you know, you have these games set in the present or future, but then, like, you also have games set in the past, and it has, like, generations of characters.
And they're sequels.
Yeah, they're sequels, like, main installments, not just spin-offs. And, like, these characters from different generations, they're from different eras and time periods.
And,
like,
and Metal Gear did that work. Like, it worked. Definitely, yeah. I mean, what were you saying, though? You were saying something. You're like, yeah, Resident Evil, and I accidentally cut you off there.
Oh, no, I said Resident Evil could do something like that as well. Like, it can just, like, go through different eras and generations and, like, show us the backstory. You can go back to, like, all the games, and there's so many notes to pick from. And, like, each note has a story, and each story has a game to tell or to play or whatever.
I think you really hit the nail on the head with that, because you know what you can also do is that we can discover something that was there before that we never knew that was there, and let's say if they ever make an 8th one, we can discover something from the origins that can lead to the future. You know what I mean? Like, you can set it up. You can fucking set it up. And you know what? I don't give a shit. If they do a reboot, make it like this. Start it from the very fucking roots of this fucking virus, of Umbrella, of everything, of what they were doing, what every single scientist was thinking of, why.
Dude, I think they can reboot it now without getting rid of the characters we know and love. As long as they follow, like, say they go with the George Trevor storyline, as long as they reboot it right, and then they keep going game by game, and then like
get the mansion.
The stars come in, right? But it's not like a different group of characters, but like it's the same group of characters. Like Jill is still the Jill that we know and love. Barry's still the Barry that we know and love. Chris, they're all there, but they're just gonna, if they just like labeled it a reboot and they reboot it in the sense of gameplay, but not actual story. Now, if they did that,
yeah, I agree. But again, I still hope for a 7. But a reboot wouldn't be too bad. I mean, I don't think it's necessary to reboot it right now. That's why I still should say no, because we did the first episode. We said no, a solid no, and then we kind of thought about it. But I still think no. I think it's too soon.
You know, so, I'm all for a reboot as long as it like keeps our story right.
Yeah,
and
because
it like does the genre justice, but. Then you have, like, the outsiders and just people in general who would be a little perplexed by the genre changing. Like, Resident Evil 6 is this over-the-top action game, but then Resident Evil 7 is this intense survival horror game. You know?
Yeah, I mean...
And that's what I meant by, like, rebooting it in terms of gameplay and genre, but still keeping what we know and love.
And the thing is because we are in the mindset of pretty much Capcom not doing a very good job. So when we think reboot, we think they can make it worse. We don't know what they're going to do. So I think that's why we came down hard on the idea of a reboot, was because after 6, our mindset was kind of like, holy shit, like, don't do that. You're going to make it worse.
I think like when we say the word reboot, we just think of something like totally fucked up. And like something we don't want because it just restarts everything, but it restarts everything in a bad way, which kind of kills everything.
And which it could possibly do. They can make a reboot and it totally flops. And they can make a 7 and it could be really good, or it could flop. We don't know. I still think you should make a 7, a reboot, I guess possibly, but I mean, I still don't think it's necessary right now. If it has to take them 3 or 4 years to make another game, really get their shit straight. If they want to make a 7, go for it. Make it a backstory. But I don't know. I really don't know. And you know what? If they want to stick with the future, go ahead. I don't have a problem with that. As long as it's a good game, and as long as it stays true to what it is worth. Because I don't... Nothing really stays true to the originals anymore, but as long as it stays true to what Resident Evil is and what it used to represent, like with 5, not really 6, but I mean with everything before 6... And because I don't, we don't want the multiple stories. We just want the one solid story and really good chemistry between characters, and no plot holes and stuff like that. And so the survival horror aspect is just like, that's what we're talking about. That was the topic. It was like, could it be resurrected? Maybe it's kind of dead.
It could very well be resurrected, but it just depends on developers.
Yeah. And not focusing on the fucking like the action and the elements, because it loses it loses its mojo pretty much. It doesn't have that that click that it used to. And that's the thing, because they can reboot it, and we're like, oh my god, yes, okay, so rebooting it. There's nothing we could do about it now, so now we just have to have high hopes for the reboot, right? And then, like, let's say if this were to happen, and it's like, oh, now let's just wait for a reboot. And then they make it so, like, it's not even, like, worth rebooting, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm afraid of. And even with the 7, it's just, whatever Capcom makes, you don't know. So pretty much we're just going to be waiting for God knows what. We have no fucking idea. Whether it's a reboot, whether it's multiple reboots, whether it's multiple sequels, we don't even know. We're not given any little information until something's announced, and even then we won't know until we play it. So right now we just got to take it slow and look towards Revelations.
Mm-hmm.
Which looks, pretty decent on the next gen. I was looking at some gameplay of it earlier today, and it looks pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
If you just want to talk about that for a bit, I mean,
it looks all right. Like I said, I'm not too excited for it, but I'm gonna get it the day it comes out. I'm gonna play it. Probably gonna enjoy it, but it's nothing that'll get me hyped up.
Exactly.
Because it just, it looks fun, but it just looks a little odd being on a home console.
Maybe it'll break in nicely. I hope it
Mm-hmm.
it fits in, and it will be the last Resident Evil of this generation.
Like we always sorry about this, but we always wanted
That's okay.
We always wanted Revelations on a home console.
Always, yeah, always.
But they already added it on a handheld thing. So now like the transition from that handheld to being on the console looks a little weird.
It could be bumpy.
Yeah.
It could be very, but I mean, let's just hope that it's okay and that it sells good and it sells well, and we give it pretty much good feedback, because if it's good, then we're all going to enjoy it and spread the word.
I'm going to do a review on it as well, because
I'm sure you will. Yeah.
I do I did a review. Well, it wasn't really a review. I did
opinion
videos on Raccoon City and 6, and I thought, well, maybe I can do it on Revelations as well, because it's like a newer gen Resident Evil, and we'll see like how good it really is.
Yeah.
And I mainly just like review / talk about mixed games. Like I don't usually go for like either the really bad games or the really good games, because everyone already knows.
Anything you really feel like getting your opinion across, really.
That's it.
Like,
whatever I just feel like talking about, but
or whatever you're in the mood to do, like just like, hey, I feel like talking about Raccoon City. You didn't have to. The game was already out for almost a year, but you're like, fuck it, I feel like doing it. And I helped you with the footage, and that was fun. Just going back to play that, I actually had a good time doing that. And same with 6 as well. That was the last time I played 6, honestly. Last time. But this would be Revelations would be the last fucking game that would be on this generation of consoles, which I want to talk about. I know it isn't Resident Evil. I might break the rules a bit, but I just want to make it clear that I might be going to PlayStation for next gen, because I'm telling you right now, Xbox, if it's online only, what are you going to do with the system in 5 years?
What happens if today just happened?
Exactly.
Like we were on Xbox 360 and Xbox Live went down for like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah. You're fucked. You can't even play single player games. And you can still play in 10 years. You won't be able to play that console. No games. No games at all. Imagine a Resident Evil reboot, right? Mm-hmm. Can't even play that. Can you imagine that?
The Xbox, after the next Xbox comes out, they're going to cancel the servers eventually. You won't be able to play any fucking game.
You know that guy got fired, right? The guy who said deal with it?
Really?
He got fired. Yep.
Holy
They
shit.
saw it. It got fans bashed him. He tried to put his Twitter thing on private and fired it. You know the Alpha Omega Sin guy?
Yeah.
I saw a video that he did. And I didn't know who he was at first. I think you guys brought him up, but I stumbled across his video. He talked about it, and they fucking fired him. He's gone.
Jeez.
And
justice is served.
And Microsoft was saying, "Yo, you make us look bad," and they apologized for his comments, because the whole deal with it thing. If you guys don't know the story, he pretty much stated that like Xbox, the new Xbox, whatever it's called, the 720 Durango or whatever it's fucking called, pretty much he was saying it would be online only, and if you have a problem with it, pretty much deal with it. That's all. He put hashtag deal with it.
He put like a picture of Barack Obama. It's like a meme or whatever, but it was a caption underneath, and it said deal with it.
He like put a hashtag deal with it, and then he put that picture. And
I'm just like,
it pissed people off.
I'm just like, you're gonna lose your customers. Deal with it.
Not everybody exactly. And Alpha Megasin was like, hey, guess how many people are going over to PS3? Deal with it. Guess who's guess what sales are going to be dropping? Yeah, deal with it. It's like, now he's looking for a job online, right? Deal with it, like
I'm
shit like
right
that.
Now I'm leaning.
He lost his job.
PS4.
I'm leaning towards that too, and it's unfortunate because I spent pretty much my youth on Sony and / Xbox.
It's pretty much pointless to get achievements now. It is so pointless, like, because if I'm going to get the PS4, none of the shit that I did on 360 will even matter.
And that's the thing that matters for me because, see, you always kind of went to different things because when your Xbox broke, you really had your thing on. You had a thing going on PS3. Me, I never really started. My thing is Jill Sandwich 988.
Still, I have about like 50,000 gamer score on 360, and all that's gonna, like, boop, it's gone.
And that's the thing. Like, mine's Jill Sandwich 988 on PS3. By the way, if you want to add me on there, I don't really go on there that much, but I mean, that's the thing. Like, that's the only reason why I would consider getting an Xbox is because of that. But I really fucking hope it's not online only. Like, that is just...
Even so, like, you and I, we grew up with Sony.
We did.
We had the PS1
Me and Richard both.
Day.
Exactly.
Yeah, like... And I feel as though, like, hey, maybe...
It's time to go back.
In a way, I'm kind of wanting the next Xbox to suck. Just give me a reason to go back to Sony.
Our home. Pretty much, yeah. I just want to go home.
I mean, the 360 is an amazing console. But, if it weren't for Halo and all my friends being on it, PS3, man, I love the PS3.
I like the PS3 too. Now,
PS3 is like, I think it's better.
Same.
I think it's better.
But I just ended up on 360, and that's just how it happened.
Same here.
And PC gamers are laughing their asses off because they don't got to worry about a damn thing. And fuck you guys. No, I'm kidding. But hey, you guys got it the easy way. You really do. But man, yeah, and that's the thing because again, I can relate it back to Resident Evil. You won't be able to play those games. We're think about it. We're gonna be pretty soon. Like Resident Evil 5 will be like 10 years old before we know it. Like Resident Evil 6 will be like 5 years old and shit like that. It's like. We will still be wanting to play, we will be wanting to play these games, right? What if you just had, you can't even afford 2 consoles at once? What if you can't get 2 copies and you're stuck with that? Years from now, you can't play it.
Wait for E3.
It's junk. It's nothing.
Yeah, just wait for E3.
Yeah, we can't jump to it.
If they admit it, then don't even think about buying the next Xbox.
And with that douchebag on Twitter, I forget his name. I forget.
He had a very he was high, he was up there.
Really?
In terms of rank, yeah. I think he was one of the leaders or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, that's what people were saying. Like he's not just some a lower guy in the company. Like
he had a good position.
But that's the thing. Like if it came from, one of the people in Microsoft. Like what if?
Not just one of the people, but one of the higher-ups in Microsoft.
One of the higher-ups behind what goes on, and, what if he was right? What if he already knows, and, I know he was a douchebag, but, I mean, it will seriously break my heart even more if this is going to happen, because everything on Xbox, man. I mean, Xbox is a part of my youth, too. Middle school days, high school, I mean, everything that goes on between now and back then, it's everything just comes full circle, but I don't online only. I want to be able to play my Resi games on 360. I want to be able to look at the leaderboards and stuff without even Resident Evil. If they make a single player Resident Evil, why should you have to go online for that? Why?
I don't know. DLC maybe. Just being connected with people in the marketplace and it's so dumb.
Sony
really
has
dumb.
its faults too because you can't transfer over stuff on the PSN, which does kind of blow. I don't care what people say, that does suck. Imagine if you got RE4 HD. Nope, can't bring it over.
I think Oh, you mean games?
Games, yeah.
Yeah.
They announced you can't do that.
The lack of backwards compatibility
with others, yeah.
Stupid.
It just completely blocked that. Now, that's bad on Sony's part, and Xbox. Xbox said that they're not... Well, those are rumors, but apparently a month from now, May 20-something, they're going to have the same thing Sony did and kind of tease us, give us the specs, give us a price, and then E3, both of the companies are going to give us everything they got, lay it out on the table. That's where we're going to find out if it's online only. That's where we're going to find out if it's going to be worth buying, and people are going to save their money through the summer, through the fall, and buy it for the holiday season. And who knows? What if a Resident Evil game's announced E3?
Oh, dude.
Who fucking knows?
Dude.
Who knows?
That would seriously make me want to buy the next system.
I'm telling you, hey, we could talk about that for a little bit. What if they actually do bring that to
It's got to be
E3?
good.
It's got to be good, but I mean, they really... It must have been on the back burner for a while, because 6 was just released and Revelations just came out, but that's the thing. I mean, RE6 was worked on for a year and a half before we saw the trailer. That was, like, worked on... They keep their... As Capcom has been kind of iffy with me lately with the games, they really do a good job of keeping their things secret.
They do.
I remember when that poster leaked, the GameStop poster, it leaked before the trailer, and you saw the logo, and people thought it was like a glitch, like, not glitch, the fuck, sorry, it's late. They thought like it was Photoshopped, like it was like fake.
Yeah.
Not a glitch, that wouldn't even make sense. That doesn't even make any sense.
They thought it was
anyway.
just like fan-made.
Fan-made, yeah. They thought pretty much it was just choppy and like, how can this be real? Nothing was ever announced, and then they see a trailer like, oh shit, that was announced. And then, there you go, so who knows?
Back then when there was like a ghetto, like another Resident Evil 6 logo, which wasn't real. It was fan-made.
Yeah.
But I remember like there was this fake teaser trailer that said like, all the bioweapons have taken over the world, and I heard somewhere that Resident Evil 6 was going to take place in Canada. And I heard this shit.
You're fucked.
And IGN posted a video, and then they had to take it down because it was fake.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
So...
Better off not knowing, because that was false, but I mean, to think that they can... I don't know, man. I doubt it, because they're going to try to worry about exclusive, I think. But I mean, even me and Rich were talking about that. Exclusives are kind of harder to come by. Everything's dipping into each system now, so... I mean, of course, Resi's there with Wii U and everything else, so who knows, but... Well, RE6 wasn't for Wii U. They didn't put a port on that, so I think they might just stick with Sony and Microsoft. But Nintendo has license to Capcom, too. Like, Capcom has a license with Nintendo, so they release shit on there.
If they decide to make a Resident Evil remake, it'll be on Wii U.
Possibly,
that would be very disappointing.
Very disappointing, because we're like, but it's next-gen console, what the...
Yeah, what the fuck?
It was right there in our hands. Like, we could just grab it and take it over to the Xbox or PS4, please. Like, but no. But,
I'm hoping that PS4 will have some kind of emulation. Like, maybe it comes out without backwards compatibility, and then Sony updates it so that it does have it.
They can do that.
They can do it, but,
And hopefully Xbox isn't online only, because, guys, I'm telling you, it's going to be junk in 10 years. You can't play. Well, what's the point of spending all this money? Like, think about it. Xbox came out in 2005. We have all these games. Imagine if, like, during the fall, like, I know they're not going to shut it down this soon, but let's just say they shut down the servers. Imagine if that was in the future, pretty much, with the new console. I have, like, almost 70-something games, and then one day, I can't play any of them. I can't, like, play them again. I can't, like...
Yeah.
Think about what I used to do. I can't
next thing you know, they're gonna announce that next thing you know, they're gonna announce that the games will be digital.
Yeah, well, that will never happen, because there's too many problems with digital things sometimes.
I know, but the way Microsoft's been acting lately, I saw this video by IGN the other day where they announced that it's gonna like be more like a TV console kind of thing, where you can like use your body to like interact with all of your channels and shit.
But who gives a fuck? I just want to play games. I want to sit down on my
I know. And that's what everybody was saying. The video has more dislikes than likes for the simple reason that nobody likes it. I mean, obviously, but nobody cares about it.
I mean, I'm not like, I just want to sit down on my fat. Well, not like I'm overweight or whatever, but my lazy ass and just play a fucking game with a controller. Like, I just want to, sit down and just be like, yeah, I feel lazy.
Like, these consoles, they're getting overpriced for the simple reason because of all the fucking gimmicks that they put in.
We just want a game console.
I don't care about, like, the motion controls and, like, the blue bar on the PS4 controller and the touchpad on the PS4 controller. Yeah. It's making the thing more expensive, and I don't fucking care.
And the controllers, dude, the controllers might be, like, $80. Like,
yeah. I remember, like, we used to have wired controllers.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, back in my day, there was no home or Xbox dashboard button. You would press
back in my day.
You would press the button in the middle that said analog, and you would press it, and a red light would come up, and that was that.
Exactly.
That was awesome.
I remember playing with controllers that had nothing at all. Deal with it. You get what you get. No fucking rumble pack. You just get this shit. Like,
yeah.
That was it, man.
No memory pack.
Yeah, yeah. And that's...
Fuck that N64. No, I'm joking.
Well, N64 is pretty badass, but can't beat PS1. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Sorry for all you Nintendo fans. PlayStation 1, I mean, come on. Too many great series started off and also took off on that console. I mean, the list goes on. But, I mean, yeah. PlayStation, I'm leaning towards PlayStation. I don't want to say that because I don't know things yet, but Sony kind of has to be a little bit more sold on it.
Yeah.
If E3 shows a lot better things going on, it's going to be a shame. It really is going to be a shame because, I'm going to take, my shelf, like all the shelf that I have of 360 games, I'm going to have to clear that out and just start with a new thing of, I don't even know where I'm going to put all these games. I have so many Xbox games.
Yeah, just put them in a drawer or something.
Yeah, I'll keep them away and I'm just going to start new. But, I mean, yeah, Resident Evil fucking can't even play that. You're going to have to hook up the Xbox again if you want to play, because it's not backwards compatible. I'm pretty sure none of them are. I mean, Xbox didn't come out and say it, but if PS4 isn't backwards compatible, then I doubt the 360 would be.
Yeah.
Or not, well, the new, I keep calling it the 360, but the Xbox, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I doubt they're going to call it 720.
Everyone's calling it 720.
Well, yeah, but no, whatever. Anyway, we can take some questions. Again, this is going to be a shorter show.
Enough consoles.
Enough consoles, yeah, but I do feel like it was necessary to talk about because, trust me, we're going to be playing these Resident Evil reboots and 7s and 8s and 9, whatever the fuck, on these consoles. I think it was relevant. So,
dude, just go with the PS4. PS4.
Yeah, that's where you might find me in the near future. So, that's pretty much it. All right, let me go to the questions. We have a lot of questions again, so it's kind of good that we're starting now because it'll take a while to kind of answer. And the questions are more Resident Evil related from what I've seen. Again, I skim through them. I don't really try to read them all. But it also gives us a chance to kind of go off on a free talk because some questions, this last question that we got, I'm not going to say it now, but it's kind of different, but I like that it was different. Anyway, so thank all you guys for sending questions and supporting the show. Really appreciate it. All right. First question. What do you think of the direction newer Resident Evil games are going? You can answer that first. I have to think about that.
I loved 4. I loved 5. I didn't really like Raccoon City. Didn't really like 6.
As much as we would have liked. Like, we like them. They're kind of mediocre, but...
Well, I wouldn't say that 6 is a mediocre game.
Well, yeah.
But it's just, like, it's very well made. But it does have its problems, and it's not a very good Resident Evil game. It's still a lot of fun, though. Like, that's one of the games that has so much replay value. Like, that can be playing for, like, a whole month, over 100 hours.
Exactly.
You can't say that with other games. But,
yeah, I mean...
Like, in terms of Resident Evil, though, it's not very good. It's kind of,
So pretty much, it's going in an okay direction, but it needs to kind of bring survival horror a little bit more back, make it more interesting, add some flavor.
In terms of Resident Evil, it's going in a horrible direction. I don't like it. In terms of, like, just games...
It's decent,
but You got to
Could
stay
be
true with
better.
your series.
Trust me. Oh yeah, this is by Riot and Respect, by the way. So that's who asked the question. But Riot and Respect, pretty much, it needs to be more tighter and more survival horror like.
Yeah.
For whether it's a 7, whether it's a reboot, we said this. It needs to have that. So thanks for your question, Riot and Respect. Irish Eskimo says, my question is, how are you guys doing?
I'm pretty mundane.
I am the same as I've been for the past few months. Unfortunately, not in a very good spot. Still trying to work out things. Again, that's where the YouTube thing comes in. So guys, don't worry. I already don't want to get too into it, but
Anthony's he's getting by.
I'm hanging in there. I'm trying to anyway. So again, I'm trying to better myself, and I'm trying to really just take things in. So I'm getting by. That's a good way to put it. And he also says, will you guys be playing any other games? What are not Resident Evil? I guess he meant
Games that aren't Resident Evil.
He said what are not Resident Evil. Okay. That aren't Resident Evil. Do you mean together or individually? I think he means like both, like whatever you do and I don't really know.
Well, in terms of like individually, I'm looking forward to Metal Gear Solid 5. That is like the game I'm looking forward to the most. In terms of being together, what do you think? I don't think we don't really have any co-op games that aren't Resident Evil.
Dead Space 3 though. That is fun. We should play that more in the summer maybe.
Hey, let's play. Let's have fun. Dead Space 3 co-op.
Hey,
there you go.
There you go. Possibly. Who knows? Maybe in the summer when we have downtime, for sure. Will we be playing? Like, I don't know when he says like when he says playing, does he mean as a let's play or just playing like on just whatever? I don't even. Okay, well, to answer your question, I already said, I might be doing Let's Play Let's Have Fun on Resident Evil, Mercs, and RE5 Let's Play, possibly.
But stuff that's
in the
not
summer.
Resident Evil.
Stuff that isn't Resident Evil.
Yeah, just like give a game that you want to personally play that's coming out that's not Resident Evil, and then give a game that we can play co-op on this channel.
Co-op on this channel, Dead Space, like he said.
Yeah.
I'm currently playing Gears of War Judgment, because that is more new. I've been having fun with that. I'm getting back to Halo 4, which me and Richard and Jenny play, or we're going to start playing, I hope, more. Anything that really comes out, nothing is really coming out that I want, to be honest. Besides Revelations, nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's pretty much it. All right, thanks, Irish Eskimo, because I see that you're a returning viewer as well. I recognize you, so thanks for the question. Avatar Man, Harvey.
Hello, Harvey.
He says, what's up, man? He says, I have a few questions for you guys. Question number 1, what are your opinions on the Resident Evil novels? I think they're great.
I just read Caliban Cove today.
Yeah. Richard can't speak for them all. He still has to read them all, but I've read them all, and I can say, because I actually did read Code Veronica.
No spoilers, but...
Yeah, no spoilers. As you guys, I think it was back in January, I showed you that I got Code Veronica and 0 Hour. I read them, and I read all of them, and they're fucking great. Esty Perry, she did a fucking amazing job.
I want her to write the 4th one, like Resident Evil 4.
I know.
Novel form and Resident Evil 5. This would be so cool.
Man. That would be amazing.
Right now, I only have the first 3 books, but I just finished the 2nd one today, and I'm going to start reading the 3rd one either tonight or tomorrow. But yeah, they're really good.
Really good, Harvey. And if you haven't read them, I don't know if you...
Harvey's
I'm
read
taking
them.
that you have. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 2. What are your opinions on RE6 DLC? Shit. It's shit. Take it from me. It's shit.
The mercenary maps are alright. Rooftops is like my favorite map, but...
I think he's talking about the Versus.
Oh, Versus? Yeah, it's shit. I never bought that shit.
Because I mean, I know the maps are DLC, but I mean, like, I'm guessing he's talking about both, but the maps are fine, but the Versus, shit.
Yeah, shit.
That answers the question.
There you go.
Question 3. If you could pick any other franchise besides Resident Evil as your favorite, what would it be? That's hard. That's fucking hard.
Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear Solid.
That's mine. My second favorite. What about you, Anthony?
Oh man, got me on this one. That is my favorite. That's hard. That is really hard. I love Assassin's Creed. I love Gears of War. I love Halo, but
Maybe Gears of War because you spent a lot of time with the first one.
yeah, I'd say Gears of War.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I'd say Gears of War. It'd be a tie between that. I know it's cheating. Give another one, that and Uncharted, because Uncharted is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But that's what it would be. It is hard. That's a good question, but I mean, it's really hard. There's so many.
On a nostalgic level, Gears of War 1 would probably beat Uncharted.
Yeah,
right?
Definitely. The Gears of War series as well with that nostalgia factor.
Mm-hmm.
Because you said franchise, so the Gears of War franchise definitely. And he said, "Thanks for answering my questions and keep up the great work. Thanks. Thanks for you've been supporting me for God knows how long, and Richard. So thanks, man. You're a good guy.
Thank you, Harvey.
Follow the music home, Genesis.
Your questions are not worth answering, Genesis. They're not.
But we have to give her. I mean, she is the lady, so the female of our group. So, she's been with us for several nights before. No, I'm kidding. Would you guys do pornography videos of yourselves and send it to me? Thanks, loves. Make it hot. She put HAWT. No. No.
What Anthony and I do is personal.
It's personal, man. It's even though he lives in Canada.
Especially you, Jenny. Don't need to see that. Okay.
You don't need to see it. Like, I mean, he's in Canada. I'm in Jersey. It's impossible. Sorry.
By the way, Jenny, how's the throat? Is it still sore from that night that me and Dexter fucked you in the throat?
True story. Oh, no, I'm kidding.
No, true story. She is our little whore. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
No, that won't happen. Sorry.
Sorry, Jenny.
Yeah, sorry. Go look for actually people who are into that type of thing. There's sites out there for you, Jenny.
Cool, yeah.
Yeah. So, thank you. Love you too. Yeah, I'm sure said, what's going on, guys? Can't wait for this episode. First question. What are your favorite consoles? PlayStation 1?
PlayStation 2.
You don't like PS1? Bastard.
PlayStation. Number one favorite?
He just said, what are your favorite consoles?
PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2.
PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. Yeah, my favorites too.
Yeah.
Maybe GameCube because of RE4. And Remake. And 0. And 2 and 3 again. I don't know. But because I rebought them when they actually came out.
Okay.
So I replayed them when when
PS1,
they came out.
PS2, GameCube.
Me and him both.
Yeah,
agreed.
top 3.
Yeah. He said, second question. What game series did you enjoy before Resident Evil? Resident Evil was one of my first game series in games I ever played. So unfortunately I can't really say anything before that. Additionally to that, maybe Crash Bandicoot. Because that was that was when I was young, and that was new as well. That came out in '96, so that was additionally to Resident Evil 1. So, kind of like at the same time as Resident Evil, not before. What about you? Because you got into Resident Evil a little bit after.
Oh wait, I think.
So, what was the series that you kind of got into before?
The thing is that I never really had one specific series to cling on to. Because, Metal Gear Solid is very recent. I want to say maybe Star Wars Battlefront on the PS2. I love those games.
There you go, the Battlefront series, yeah.
Yeah, that was very good back in the day. That was my Halo 2. Like, everybody else would go online. I would just get a friend come over. We would play split screen on that. Have a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, there you go. He said, third and final question. Have you heard of Project Zwei? Zwei? ZWEI. If not, I think you guys should check it out at Project Zwei. We'll check it out later. I don't even know what that is. I have no idea what that is.
Never heard of it.
I have no fucking idea. Anyway, thanks. Thanks, Yam. Thanks, Yam. Sure.
Idea.
We'll try to check it out, though. Abo or Abo, I don't know, 1199. He has 5 questions. He says, PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360? PlayStation 3.
PlayStation 3.
What game consoles do you think has the best Resident Evil games? PlayStation 1. For me.
Either PS1 or GameCube.
Or GameCube. Yeah, I knew it. Yeah, it's kind of tough, but nostalgia and just kind of the quality for me, PlayStation 1. So you agree? So you're just saying, okay.
No. I might go with GameCube, actually, because
You go GameCube?
it does have Resident Evil 2 and 3. And
It has 4.
It has
that kind of steals a lot.
It has Remake.
Remake, yeah.
It has 0. I'm going to have to go with the GameCube.
All right. Me and him, we kind of agree, but we don't, so there you go. Close call, though. Okay. Third question. Who is your other favorite character besides Jill? It might seem generic, but Chris. I can relate a lot to his actual personality.
Mm-hmm.
So I say Chris Redfield. Besides Jill. Yeah.
Probably.
Hunk?
Huh?
Hunk?
I love Hunk, but we don't really see much of him.
He's not really much of a fleshed out character.
Yeah, he's really cool, but he's not really there. I'm probably going to have to go with Chris as well because, again, like you said, I can relate to him more than I can with other characters. He seems to have more of like a personal struggle with himself.
Exactly.
The death of Jill and all that. And
that's something we can all relate to, personally.
Like, he's very,
personal demons and stuff and trying to get over things and live with what's broken and shit like that after, like, all these years, too, seeing him, like, change. I think it's great.
Watches out for his friends, gets the job done.
Yeah.
Probably Chris.
Yep. All right. Question number 4, chocolate milk or strawberry milk? LOL. Chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk.
I fucking hate strawberry milk, man. I don't know what the fuck.
I haven't even thought of that.
I hate strawberry.
I mean, I used to love strawberry milk, but I haven't...
You suck!
Fuck you! I haven't had it since I was a kid, so...
Yeah, I don't...
Chocolate.
Fucking... Why do they even make, like, strawberry milk? Like, it should just be
tastes
regular
really
milk,
good.
chocolate milk. But you like it?
Yeah, it's good. I just like
really
chocolate more.
Well, fuck your chocolate. No, I like
Fuck
chocolate
up,
too.
bitch. Strawberry milk.
See what you're doing? You're starting arguments here. No, I'm kidding. Question number 5. Do you think they should remake RE3? I think they should do RE2 and RE3 and down the line. Yeah. Yes. It depends, because if they're rebooting it, then no. Because then that's not relevant anymore, unfortunately. But if they're sticking with sequels, then it is a more possibility.
I would want them to reboot the one on GameCube, and then reboot 2 and 3.
Yeah, true. There you go.
Yeah,
mm-hmm. That would work out better. Yeah. So it's bringing so it gets people a better idea of where it started, like where the remake started, pretty much, which is cool. And he said, keep up the good work, guys. Really enjoy the Peace podcast. Well, thank you, because without all of you guys supporting us, we wouldn't be sitting here recording every few weeks, so thanks. Legacy and Legend. What's up, man? He said, hey, Rich and Ant, I have a few questions for you guys. Question number 1. In the entire Resident Evil series, what game was the most frightening to you as a kid? What scene was it, and why? Probably Nemesis on Resident Evil 3. Nemesis jumping through that window when you're in the police station. That really fucked me up for a while. What about you?
I didn't play Resident Evil as a little kid. I played it when I was, a younger teenager. I think I was like 13 or 14.
So you can't really answer that.
Yeah, but I guess Resident Evil 4 with the regenerators.
Oh, yeah, that was fucked up.
Yeah.
That was really fucked up. Well, he also said, and why? Well, why? Kind of just because he's just a big, monstrous motherfucker, and you don't expect it. Mm-hmm. Well, and he comes back with a fucking rocket launcher.
And he chases
holy
you, too.
Yeah, and that was the first time. Because, he runs at you when you go through the doors, and he tries to get through, and you're like, oh, man, he's gone, right? Heavy doors. No problem. No, this motherfucker breaks through the window, and he chases you until you fucking leave the police station. He chases you through the locker room, the fucking office. I'm just like, motherfucker, that's scary. Yeah, that's why. That's why. And the regenerators, I guess...
Generators, they're fucking...
They're just...
breathing, you don't know...
The name speaks for itself. Just the regenerators.
They walk closely to you, like, they're very slow, and then, like, if you shoot them... Like, you shoot their legs off, they fucking, like, slither across the floor and go after you. It's like, there's no escape.
This is like...
They grab you, it's like, all over.
Dude, the way their mouth opened and they fucking... What the
their
shit?
Their arms are, like, super long. They almost touch the floor. It's...
That is so effective. So much nostalgia with that creature. Yeah. Like, in the Iron Maidens, oh my god.
Iron Maiden's not as scary, but yeah.
They're badass,
they
though.
are cool.
Yeah. Question number 2. How old were you guys when you beat your first Resident Evil game, and what did you think of it at the time? I was like... I always used to play them, but I would never beat them all the time. I think I was like 5. I think it was RE3 on easy mode. And I used a strategy guide on PlayStation 1 back in the day.
I was...
It was fairly new back then,
yeah. So... I was 13. I beat Resident Evil 5, grade 8.
And, yeah, that was... And when did I think of it at the time? I just thought it was amazing, because that was like... Because, like, I played each one, like, as it was newer, or maybe as it started to grow older.
Yeah, like, you played them as you went along.
Yeah, as I went along, and 3 just really struck a nerve, and that's why I thought it was... And that's probably why it's my favorite. And he says, question number 3. Do either of you guys watch any RE LPs besides each other's on YouTube, and who are they? That's a good question. That is a really good question, because we don't really get asked that.
Yeah.
I think you should go first, because I'm going to have to think about this.
I'm currently watching Resident Evil 2 Let's Play by a user named Moonwalker Morris. I've been subscribed to him for a little while. He's a very entertaining Let's Player. He's got a wonderful flow to his commentary. He's just... a lot of humor, you know, a wonderful personality, just, and you know, he does multiple games as well. It's not just Resident Evil, but, like, he's just, I don't know, like, he's very entertaining, and, if you want to look him up, youtube.com/Moonwalker Morris. He's a very good Let's Player.
Oh, man, I'm trying to think. It's been a while. I mean, I've been so... from just everywhere, you know, in the past while. It's been hard for me to sit down and watch a full-length Let's Play.
Mm-hmm.
Besides your Let's Play, that was, like, the last thing that I even tried to watch, because I tried to get around, like, to watching it. But anyway, I used to watch Necroscope back in the day, back when Let's Plays were new. I used to watch Slow Beef. I used to watch Diabetes do his Battletoads Let's Play, which is pretty classic. Dead to Rights as well. Those are the pretty much originators of Let's Plays. I used to watch them all the time. And it's not just on YouTube. These are on Something Awful. And I also... Because the last one I watched was Richards, but, I mean, the last person other than him that I watched was probably Do It To It, which they did... They're on the LP Archive website, and they did a Let's Play on... pretty much Director's Cut 2, 3, and Code Veronica, and it was just them and 4 other guys, and they would just take turns, they'd crack jokes, they'd make fun of the game, like in a good way, and it was so entertaining, so fun. It really got me through tough times, because this was like last year around May and June, and you know how fucked up that was for me, Richard, but
yeah.
I would sit there and watch their Let's Plays, and it'd just be so funny, and it would just... I'd put them on my phone and just, like, watch them, like, so I could always watch them if I'm out somewhere and stuff like that, so that was really cool. That was the last thing that I watched other than that. As of right now, I'm not really watching anybody else right now. I would like to find other people, but I just don't have the time. It's hard.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Let's Plays are a lot to watch when it's, you know, when it's a long series.
I can only really watch them as the parts come to me, like as they're uploaded gradually. But sometimes, like, if I have a nice meal to eat, you know, I'll go to the playlist and I'll watch the part. And sometimes it's like part by part. It just depends on the entertainment factor and how good it really is. Yeah.
And of course, when Richard does his, like, I just watch him. I try to watch him as they are uploaded. If not, I watch them when a good amount are done, so I can get a whole chunk. Like, that's the last thing that I really watched. But no, it's just been hard. But really good question, though. That is interesting.
I just want to answer the second part to Legacy's last question, because all I said was Resident Evil 5.
Okay.
What I thought of it, it was my favorite next-gen game for a time. It was so good. I love it. It probably still is my favorite next-gen game, and it got me into the rest of the series.
Big stepping stone for you, definitely. Yeah. And, there you go. Question number 4. If a zombie apocalypse were to ever happen, what weapons would you guys use and why? I'd try to use... You know there's like metal bats?
Yeah.
I'd use them because those are really light, and they really fuck you up if you hit it hard on the head. And they're quick and easy, and I mean, I would say a crossbow. My friend Ed, he actually has a fucking crossbow. He actually got a license for a hunting license, and he can use a crossbow and shit. And he even said that, like, if you watch Walking Dead, the way, like, Daryl loads his crossbow or certain games, like, it's not even that easy. Like, you actually have to pull back. And the reason why crossbows are good is because, like, you can reuse the arrows and you can make your own wooden arrows and stuff. But, I mean, realistically, because I can't get my hands on one, I try to use a bat. I'd pull, like, a Shaun of the Dead, get a cricket bat, you know, like, or get, like, a regular baseball bat of some sort, something like that. And just because it's light and it's easy and it does a lot of damage. What about you?
I'd probably use a bat as well, because it's lightweight, does a lot of damage, but it's also longer. So you can put some distance between yourself and a zombie.
It's better if it's a metal one, because if it's wooden, then it can break.
Snap.
It's all it can snap and shit. So metal, you have it can get dented, but I mean it has a lot.
I would go after like melee weapons that would give me like a bit of like space, but also inflict a lot of damage. And plus, about 2 minutes from where I live, there's a gun shop. So,
wow.
Yeah,
get there before other people do.
Just
it'll get messy.
Run over to Al Simmons' gun shop. Be like, yo, can you?
Where's Kendo, dude? I thought he lit. No.
Where's
Kendo when you
like
need
a
him?
Crossbow at me. Who are?
Sorry about
what are
that.
You doing here?
I have a shotgun in this scenario.
Sorry about that, babe.
Yeah, he's all nice to Claire, and she walks in. Yeah.
I ain't got no clue, darling.
I ain't got no clue. Yeah, that's a really good question, because a lot of people ask zombie-related things. And also, this might go off topic, but I don't care. World War Z looks terrible. It's PG-13, CG zombies, no thanks.
The other day, my friend was watching it in class, and I just kept saying CGI after every scene. And he looks really excited for it, but
I read the story, and it has nothing to do with the book, apparently. It's just a bunch of journals. Yeah. What the book is I still have it. I don't have Zombie Survival Guide. I got to rebuy that.
I have World War Z, and the Zombie Survival Guide. But I never read them fully. I read half of the Survival Guide.
It's a great survival guide. I gave it to somebody, and I never got it back, so I got to get it again.
That copy's tainted.
It pretty much is, and unfortunately. And World War Z, though, I still have, and it's pretty much a bunch of journals from like different parts of the apocalypse, and pretty much it's just called World War Z to pretty much make money, honestly. Like, it really has nothing to do.
Like, I kept pissing off my friend, and by the end of it, I just had World War CGI. Comments.
That's what it is. Plus it's PG-13, and apparently there was a 20-minute screening for critics at South by Southwest, and
that was bad.
They said that like it would cut away a lot because it didn't show the violence, and I'm like, why the fuck isn't it R? Because it makes it brutal, it makes it more intense, and that's why violence is necessary sometimes to really add that impact. But whatever. On to his next question. Sorry guys, but I just wanted to throw that out there. It looks bad. When are you guys bringing Perry back to the podcast? You'll find out. One of the episodes with me. Who knows? Might be next episode. Might be the one after that. I don't want to give too many away. But people really liked him. And he's a good friend of mine. And Richard's becoming, friends with him and stuff gradually. And he's a good guy. Good friend. Known him for several years now. And don't worry, he'll be back. So thanks, Legacy. Bads Maru, B-A capital D lowercase T-Z, Bads Maru, has one question. Have you, well, he has more than one, but number one question, have you guys noticed that in RE6, Helena's Chapter 4 and 5 costumes is way similar to Claire Redfield's in Resident Evil Afterlife?
Oh my god. It is.
It is.
It is.
Wow.
I thought that her outfit looked a lot like Chloe from Uncharted 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. How can I
Dude,
forget?
fuck
Holy
Chloe.
shit, her ass, man. Her ass, dude. Like,
Yeah.
you can't forget that. But
yeah, it's almost an exact copy of Claire Redfield's from Afterlife.
I think it is similar, but I think it's coincidence. But I mean, whatever. Question number 2. I think Resident Evil is rebooting because our favorite characters are going old now. Was that a second question? He said, I think Resident Evil is rebooting. He put a 2 before that. Well, that was kind of more of a statement. All right,
Is there
anyway.
anything after that?
It's just the third question.
Oh,
So,
okay.
But, I guess that could be
That's not why
that
they're
could be an
rebooting
idea,
it,
but
though.
I mean...
They're rebooting
that's
it
not
because
why-
of money.
yeah. Possibly rebooting because of money. It is still 50-50, so we'll have to wait and see. Question number 3. What do you guys think of Resident Evil 6, the movie? Will it be awesome? Well, it'll pretty much be the same thing.
Yeah. It'll be a shitty movie with... It'll be a shitty movie, but a very fun, guilty pleasure movie.
Blank Tray? Oh, wait, no, my bad. Rapster, 444. There is... this is for both you guys. Which item from the original Resident Evil trilogy do you find you need the most? Ammo, herbs, or ink ribbons? So out of those 3,
Ammo.
ammo.
Because if I don't have ammo, then I'm just going to get hit. Use my herb, get hit
Exactly.
again. Give me some ammo.
Yeah, and plus in that original trilogy, I mean, ammo was a little bit more...
Yeah, you need it.
Yeah, it was a little bit more hard to
You
come
can get by without herbs. It's hard, but you can get by.
You can. All right, so thanks, Rapster, for your question. Blank Tray says both favorite Resident Evils. Resident Evil 3 for me.
Resident Evil Remake for me.
And thoughts on reboot? We pretty much gave all our
Yeah.
thoughts. So I'm sure you heard the other episode. If not, we
Guys,
already gave
enough
all
with
our
the
thoughts.
reboot questions.
Reboot in 7,
Nah,
we
this is
gave
like
our
the third
opinions.
fucking episode we've talked about reboots.
It's okay, guys. We love you
We
guys,
love you
but
all.
trust me.
Just no more questions about the reboots, please.
Yeah, because we got, we already pretty much have it under control. We gave our opinions, what could be, what shouldn't be.
Yeah.
So thanks, Blank Trey. Casey Tyler says, how would you guys feel about a remake of Resident Evil 3 on the 360 and PS3? Yes, I know it won't happen. I'd love it. And why? Oh, what about you? I'm pretty sure you have the same.
Yeah, we just answered this.
Yeah. And why haven't will they ever put RE1 through 3 on Xbox Live Marketplace? License reasons, I believe.
License,
They would do it for money, I'm sure, but I mean, it's just a license. They just don't want to expand it because that would kind of breach contract, I guess, whatever they had with Nintendo. Maybe Nintendo doesn't want that. That was in the contract. Who knows? On the business side of things, I think that's what's stopping it, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Why have RE4 but not 1 through 3? I don't, again,
Yeah, license.
business side. So thanks. Mark Main, he always comes with a big he has...
Comes with the boom.
Okay, guys. I love that you ask questions. This guy has 22 questions. All right, let's get down to it.
Let's do this.
All right. Hey, Mark Main again. Yeah. Let's do this. Spill.com. Hey, Mark. Hey, Mark Main again. Like the podcast, I'm going to give you guys 25 questions. Did he actually give 25, or did he give just 20?
Nope. No,
Wait.
22.
Oh, I'm going up. 22. Only 22. He says
No,
25.
he says at the end that he's like, sorry, I could only think of 22.
Oh, I didn't read
Yeah.
that because I wanted to save it. All right. 25 questions, you can answer them all. Or 22. He said, number 1, where's Perry? Probably sleeping. Next question. Okay. Yeah, he'll be he'll be back. Don't worry.
Right now, he'll come back
Yeah,
whenever.
Him and his wife are sleeping, nice and soundly. He's making wrestling videos somewhere, I guess. I don't know. Question number 2. What would Resident Evil 6 RE6 have been like if Wesker had unleashed the the herbivores,
Ouroboros.
the
Ouroboros.
Ouroboros. What would RE6 been like if Wesker had unleashed the Ouroboros? It would pretty much take place right after 5 and them trying to stop the spread. I think
It would have been a little bit better.
Yeah, it would have been better, in other words. Sorry, I had a problem kind of getting that question.
You're like a grammar Nazi.
I don't. Well, because I read it as is, and then I don't know. It's funny. Not to be mean, I'm just fucking around. Question number 3: which is better, Marvel or DC? Marvel. Did you? He said. Wait, put in parentheses. Did you like Smallville?
That was a show with Superman. No, I never watched
No,
Smallville.
I've never watched it. I heard of it, but Marvel all the way. Grew up with it. Spider-Man, and just pretty much every other fucking hero we can think of. Which is better? Wait, I just read that. How do you guys think? Sorry, it's late. How do you think should lead the next generation of Resident Evil? Give a male and female
Characters.
Oh, who should lead the next generation of
Jill and Hunk.
something that, or if it's I'd say that too. I mean, something beyond those. Maybe Rebecca, maybe something with that. Maybe she should be like additional to that. Because if it's I mean, when we talked about 7 and Reboot going back to before that, that's not the next generation.
Yeah.
So you're talking about future. Yeah, something beyond, something that like would make sense. It's kind of hard, but I mean, yeah, something like that. So I agree with Richard probably. Question 5: is Family Guy back to the Family Guy back to the multiverse, the sequel to Family Guy the video game?
I don't know, to be honest. I think it's just another Family Guy video game.
I don't play those games. I don't even watch Family Guy. I used to, but and nothing against Family Guy.
I used to have the first video game for PS2 back in the day, and I sold it. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
Nothing against Family Guy. I don't play the game.
I didn't even know there was a second Family Guy game until I went into the store one day, and the guy behind the counter was playing it. I was like, what the fuck's this?
I played the Simpsons game one time, like a long time ago.
Yeah.
That was funny. But I don't know on that one, so sorry. I'm sure it's just another game. Have you heard about Sleeping Dogs? If so, what do you think about it? I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it.
Watch some reviews, play the demo. I don't know. It's like a open world game in Hong Kong, I think. It's pretty much like Asian.
Wasn't it supposed to be like true crime? It was supposed to be a true
it was
crime
like a
game.
true crime game, and then they renamed it Sleeping Dog.
It was supposed to be called True Crime Hong Kong, and then they like canceled it or some bullshit, and it looked tacky from what I understand.
The game is pretty cool, but like I just I don't have an urge to play it.
It's meh. Question 7: did you like Simmons' plot in RE6? Nope. We already pretty much explained. No,
Simmons is a horrible character. He's forgettable. He's stupid. He's fucking shit.
I mean, just play the game and you can just see why he's bad. Yeah, just play the game and you can see why he's bad. Okay, asshole. Question number 8: do you you're an asshole for doing that. The question number 8: do you have a PS3 or Xbox 360? If you have PS3, tell me your name so I can add you. I do. Well, you obviously don't have 360. I have both, and since you have PS3, Jill Sandwich 988. I don't really go on that much, but you'll see me on maybe when The Last of Us comes out. That's the game I want to get. Last of Us. That's the next game I'm probably going to buy besides Resident Evil. Whoever asked that game. Yes, you might see me on a little bit more, but Jill Sandwich 988. Fuck you, Richard. Not you, Mark Main. Do you want to give out your thing or no? You'd rather keep it.
Yeah, I have both systems, but I'm not going to give out my name.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, PS3 I could care less because I'm not even on that much, but Xbox...
Wait, he's on PS3?
Yeah, because he says, if you have PS3, tell me your name and I can add you.
Okay, I'll tell you my
parentheses?
PS3 name, because you don't really get bugged on PS3. Richard195. Very simple.
Very simple. So other people might actually add both of us after this, but hey, fuck it. Just don't annoy us, and
yeah.
we're pretty private people, so yeah, we're normal guys, so yeah. But I'm not even on that much on PS3. I'm not even on Xbox as much as I would like to. But again, I mean, just don't annoy us. But I know Mark Main, I'm sure you won't. But just a heads up for anybody else out there, just stay calm. We're human. Question number 9. Did you play the Batman Arkham games? Tell me your thoughts on the last one in the trilogy. I loved the Batman games. And I liked Arkham City.
Yeah. That
was my favorite.
Arkham City was your favorite?
Mm-hmm.
I beat Asylum. I beat City.
Asylum's great.
I like Asylum more than City. That's yeah. I don't know why. I just like it more. As for Origins,
I can see
I'm
that.
not excited for it. Like, I'm not excited.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
The Batman games are fun. They're just not games that could really like hold my interest for that long.
Definitely the best Batman games ever made.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like, Nolan made the best trilogy.
I want them to do
This
something
is the best
more with
trilogy of games.
Catwoman, though.
They should make her own game.
Yeah, I love Catwoman.
They really should. This is the same, man, they did... Anyway. There you go. Love Batman games. 10, continue from questions... Oh, wait, shit. Did I fucking... Okay, good. I didn't miss any. Okay, good. Continue from question 6. Did you know that they are making a Sleeping Dogs 2 onto PS4 and 720? Or the new Xbox? I didn't know.
No.
That's kind of quick.
Whatever.
Like, that they're already releasing a... That's weird. Anyway, whatever. No, I didn't know. Question 11. Who from the side/spin-offs would you like to see come back in the main Resident Evil series? Thinking.
They all suck.
Most of them do. Steve!
Get the fuck out.
I want Steve back.
No.
Team Steve!
No.
Leonardo DiCaprio!
Steve
right
deserves
now!
to be dead.
Wanna
He
be.
deserves to stay dead.
Want to be Leonardo,
No.
right? Yeah.
Steve.
Vincent/Ark Thompson, whatever his name is in fucking Survivor. I want him back. His own game. Survivor 4 and 5. Next gen. With the new motion controls. You fucking smack the zombies with your hands. I want him back. I honestly don't know. I'm sorry. I don't fucking know. The spin-offs are bad.
Yeah, none of those characters are memorable in any way.
Sorry, none of them.
None of them.
Question 12. Would you like to see Angela Miller come to the games?
No, because she's the same voice actress as Helena, and I'd rather see Helena.
Yeah, I'd rather see Helena too. All right. No, I'm drinking, so sorry. I love your reaction too. I was just drinking. Like what? Would you? Okay. Give question 13. Give 3 Resident Evil girls besides Joe, Claire, and Rebecca. Would you bang if you saw them in real life?
Besides
Helena,
Joe, Claire, and Rebecca.
Okay, so we don't really. I mean, okay, we can be a little bit of a.
Every Resident Evil fan thinks it.
I guess.
Like every.
Okay, we could be a little bit unrealistic and just kind of fantasy-like. Okay, if I just saw somebody walk in to my fucking house,
No.
Helena would be done.
Wait.
Helena, I would get on that shit in like a second. Trying to think of another one.
Wait, 3 besides Jill, Claire, and Rebecca.
Yeah.
8.
Oh, Ada. Mm-hmm. Helena, Ada.
I'm going with Ada, Helena, and Sherry from Resident Evil 6. Gimme.
I'm trying to think of one more. I think I could pull. Sheva.
Sheva?
Sorry. Sheva. Why not? Right? Throw it in the bunch. Yeah, they would be done for.
Yeah.
They would be.
Yeah.
They'd be done. Okay. What the fuck? Are you like Oh, you're. Oh, I didn't know that you were imitating. I just thought you were like eating wings or something. Like, yeah, Frank West when he eats the shit. Yeah. Anyway, anybody who knows Dead Rising will
know what I mean.
Oh yeah. Anybody who knows Dead Rising will know that reference. Anyway, very different question, like that. Question 14. Speaking of Saw, did he say anything about Saw? Speaking of Saw, do you like those movies? Give me your thoughts through one. Nope, don't like them. He said give your thoughts through 1 through 7. I don't like them.
Okay.
The first one is okay. Second one is decent because it had Mudvayne in it. Third one, not really. No.
I watched all 7.
Why? No.
Whoa.
You want to play a game? Turn off the TV.
Want to play a game? Watch my shitty movie. No, I thought the first 2 were alright. And then 3, I thought 3 sucked. 4 sucked. 5 was alright. 6 was alright. 7 sucked. They're not very good either way.
And he said the next question, continue from 14. Did you know that Saw 8 might be a sequel or a reboot? Tell me what you would prefer. For me, I want a sequel.
Saw 8 because Saw 7 leaves with a cliffhanger. Or it ends with a cliffhanger.
I don't know. I think I've seen all of them, but I just don't care. So no, nothing. I want the studio to shut down. Question number 16. Should Grand Theft Auto 5 just come out onto the PS4 and 720? No, because it's coming out in September, therefore the systems won't be out yet. So no. Because the systems will be released in the fall time in November, I guarantee you, and they're never released in September.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think so. Leave it be. I decided to cut the questions to 22. Save the questions for podcast 5. All right, awesome, man. Question 17. This is for you, Richard. Richard, will you be doing commentary on Resident Evil 2 Let's Play?
Yes. Yes, okay. I will. I do commentary on all my Let's Plays.
I think he meant that, and just like I don't know if he knows that you're actually doing a Let's Play on it. I think that's what he also. I don't know. Either 2 ways we can take this. I don't think he knew that you're making another Let's Play, so I think that's what he was saying. So yes, he is doing a Let's Play. Yes, he's doing commentary. Question. He said, back to Resident Evil questions. 18. What will be the first Resident Evil title on next-gen consoles? Probably a reboot or 7.
Yep, reboot or 7.
And question 19. Continue from 12. If so, would you like Miller,
Angela,
and Helena? No, I had to scroll up. Sorry. Miller and Helena be in the same game and meet each other, or be the same game but don't meet each other?
No. I don't want them in the same game. It's the same voice actress.
You're talking to her. Well, I don't think he knows though.
I mean, Angela was pretty cool, but I don't know. Helena is far more appealing.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. Helena, I liked surprisingly because at first I was like, "Who the fuck's this bitch?" And I was like,
"Yeah."
Question 20. How come almost every Resident Evil female character is hot or sexy? Because it just...
They're video game characters, and...
They make them attractive for...
They're attractive and all... It's very unrealistic to how attractive they are, because they are...
Every one of them is like the dream girl that you want.
Very attractive, and they go through all these battles without a scratch. Like, just the other day I was talking to Jenny, I'm like, Ada stayed the same. Sherry got older.
Ada, yeah, she didn't really...
They don't really, age at all. It's just the way they make them.
Jill definitely aged.
Jill aged, yeah.
But she aged, she looked really nice.
Yeah. It was a joke because, because Ada didn't really age that well, but...
Yeah.
They don't... The point is that they're video game characters, and that they...
It just makes you more pissed off in reality that you can't find somebody like them, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
They torture you. Question number 21. Do you like Crash Bandicoot games? Yes. I grew up with them.
Played the first one. It was alright.
Yeah, I like them. On every podcast, save my questions for last because I will give you a lot of that. Oh, well, sorry. Because I didn't.
It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter. It's okay, man. We're reading them in order they were sent, so it's okay. You got it early, so here you go. Last question, 22. If Capcom told us to send ideas on the next Resident Evil game and it only was characters, stories, and where, what would be the storyline? What would it be? What characters would you pick? We already said
George Trevor.
George Trevor, and it take place
in the 60s.
Pretty much in the 60s and where everything started. So I'm sorry we already accidentally because see I didn't.
That's all right.
Again, guys. Yeah, that's all right. I don't read these though. Like I skim through them, but I wait until it's there. So thanks, Mark, man. You are always supporting me, always sending in those questions. Keep it up, man, and I'll be getting ready to read those paragraph of questions next episode. So no problem. Just keep sending them in, and I'm really glad that you're enjoying this as much as everybody else. All right. Hello, guys. It's me, Stan Profile. What do you think about the Thing franchise, and what's your opinion on it?
Love The Thing.
The Thing's really good.
Great movie. I love the Carpenter version, and I really enjoyed the prequel that just came out like a year ago.
I did actually get a chance to watch that. And
yeah.
Without giving anything away, they were both great. I do like the Carpenter version the best. I don't know why. It's just it's more effective for me, and I kind of have nostalgia with it, but I love The Thing.
Me too.
And I recently rewatched both of them so I can kind of get
a
better idea. I never played the game.
I want to play the game too. I was just going to say that.
I want to play that fucking game.
I wanted to order it one day, but I never got around to it. But
it shouldn't be too expensive, honestly. But
Carpenter's The Thing would definitely go on my top 10 horror movies.
Oh yeah, dude, definitely. It is up there.
The environment, the isolation, the monster, great special effects too. Great atmosphere.
Yeah.
Love The Thing.
I like that question. That was very different. No, I didn't know that he was into The Thing.
The Thing?
Rapster came.
Thing?
Yeah.
This thing? You mean this thing?
This thing, right here. You fucking hear it? Right there.
Thing over there.
Right there. All right.
Thanks.
Rapster444 comes back and he says, I don't know what this means. I have no idea what this means. Do you guys prefer Haribo, Star Mix, or Tang Fastix? The fuck is that?
Probably British food.
We wouldn't know what that is, guy. We're not from the UK, so if you want to send us, feel free. P.O. Box. No, I'm kidding. Sorry, Rapster. I have no idea what that is. Like, you guys have Lucozade, and I don't know what that is either. Star Class Gaming 614
Harvey
says, "Hey guys, that's him again."
Yeah.
Damn it, that cheater mother. I have more questions. So he continues, but he started on Avatar and was on it. That sneaky fuck. No, I'm kidding. Hey Harvey, what's up? You're back. Do you guys like Battlestar Galactica?
No,
I don't.
Never watched it.
Number 5 is Revelations. If they had any, what unlockable costumes would you like for Jill? Miniskirt,
stars,
remake,
miniskirt, stars,
miniskirt,
stars,
miniskirt,
NBSAA.
I just stick with the miniskirt and stars. I like BSAA, but come on, I mean,
BSAA is in that era of BSAA,
True.
So it would probably still be in there anyways.
I wonder, actually, because they'll only put a few. I think they'll put 2 at the most, so those would be the 2.
It is in that Resident Evil 5-ish era, so it's pretty commonplace to
True.
see. Oh, it is in the game, so yeah. Miniskirt and stars.
Miniskirt and stars. See, I didn't really play the game enough to notice that, but awesome. All right, my final question. Awesome. My final question. If you had to, which of these Resident Evil events would you like to experience? The Resident Evil 0 scenario, the RE scenario, RE2, RE3. Yes, I know they're all in Raccoon City. RE Veronica scenario, RE4, RE Outbreak scenario, etc. Thanks, guys, again. No problem, Harvey. Probably the mansion, because it's kind of more realistic. As a city, I wouldn't survive, honestly. Mansion seemed more straightforward.
Yeah, Mansion.
4 is just too deserted and outskirted. Like, it's too scary. RE5, like, I'm thinking about it in a realistic standpoint. RE5 is just, you get fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Mobs of people. But, yeah, what about you?
RE1 Mansion. I mean, in a realistic setting, or realistic standpoint, they're all terrifying. And we would probably...
Oh, yeah, definitely.
We would probably die either way, to be honest.
Might as well go with the mansion, though. Might as well go out just being like, hey, it's a fucking house.
If the zombies don't kill us, the traps will kill us. The traps don't kill us. The giant BOWs will kill us.
Barry won't save you from the Jill sandwich room. You can't do it.
Yeah. Well, and like you said, the RE4, RE5, it's too rural. It's too deserted.
Yeah.
So
it's too far.
we would have no outside help. We would get ganged up on. I don't know how Leon and Chris do it, but yeah, we would. Yeah, RE1.
RE1. Thanks, Harvey. Sherry Birkin fan 227. My question is, what do you think that George A. Romero should direct the Resident Evil movie if rebooted? Keep up the good work on the podcast. I'd love that. I'd really fucking love that. But unfortunately, with Capcom behind the wheel, they fired him and they won't probably hire him again. But I would love, like, in fantasy kind of thinking about it, I would love that.
I never read Romero's script.
He's a great writer and director, definitely. And that's not saying because he did bring zombies to life. People don't give him. People say, "Oh, no, he didn't." Yes, he did. And but really, just speaking from an actual fan, kind of a fanboy of his, he is a great filmmaker, and I would love it. Richard pretty much can't say much about it, I guess, because he didn't read the script. But even if you didn't read the script, just looking at his writing, I think it would be good.
I watched the original Dawn of the Dead. It was all right.
Remake's actually really good.
Yeah, I like the remake a lot more.
Yeah. Oh, I have another question. Do you think Resident Evil 1.5 beta and Resident Evil 2 should be made? No, it's just pointless. It's seriously stupid. I already gave my opinion on my review, and it's just fucking stupid.
Don't give a fuck.
All right, this guy said, Next Gamer 19. He left a question, but he brings up something that I would rather not bring up the person's name. I can't really say that, but then he asked a question, so he says, sorry about that, LOL. Question, I'll get to his question.
What did he say?
Sorry, I don't really want to say it, because it's going to call out somebody specific.
Okay, just tell me after the show.
I will. You know who. Question, what the fuck does Capcom has to do to make the franchise better? All the fans tired of the bullshit. Should they bring back Shinji Mikami or get Cliffy B for years? Cliffy B posted on Twitter that he would help them. Wow.
Really?
What do you think about that? Well, Cliffy B's a badass guy. I don't have a problem with him. He actually does a good job. He stays true to fans and true to himself.
Kind of outside his...
It is, but, hell, try different things. That's how you learn, right? That's how you grow. We already said what they should do to make the franchise better.
Bring him back. Bring Shinji Mikami.
Bring Shinji Mikami back. Hey, Cliffy B, why not? And either make a sequel, bring back the survival horror, resurrect it, make sure it isn't dead. Thanks, Next Gamer 19. Hitomi Love comes back with the questions. He has a few, and here we go. Hey guys, I'm back for more. So here's my questions. Question number 1. From RE0 to 3 Remake, Code Veronica X, which would be the hardest? Code Veronica, because it's long and it's annoying.
As games?
As games.
Like playing through the games, what's the hardest?
Mm-hmm.
Code Veronica.
Yeah, because he just says which is the hardest, so that's probably...
Code Veronica.
For me, it was Code Veronica on the Dreamcast. For some reason, that game is just much easier on the PS2 and GameCube. Even the PS3 HD port was easy. Huh. That's interesting.
I think just Code Veronica all around.
Yeah, it's fucking... We already explained our opinion on that. I mean, it's a good game, but it's just kind of annoying. Question number 2. Have you guys thought of doing an LP beating a specific title using a certain weapon only, or beating the game with no save? That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I have.
I have as well, and maybe for a Let's Play, let's have fun.
Yeah. Maybe,
Drunk commentary? No. Something to do when you're just shooting the shit? I'm kidding.
Shooting the shit.
He said I did it with Resident Evil 4, not selling treasures, no upgrades on the case, on the attached case thing. It would be even brutal if you try no yellow herbs. Oh.
Shit.
That gives you your fucking health boost. That's a good one, Hitomi Love. Holy shit. Another thing I would like to ask is, have you done any special playthrough or any for any titles, same series? If so, which one have you done? No, I haven't done any special playthrough of the title and any Resident Evil titles now.
Neither have I.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But in the future, possibly. So stay tuned. Question number 3. There are numerous... Oh, I gotta scroll up. There are numerous of Biohazard / Resident Evil items out there. One being very special to me. I don't have it. However, I wanted to ask. It's actually a Biohazard 3 Last Escape PS1 memory card with the case. Holy shit. I didn't even know that existed. I gotta get on that. Spend like $1 million because I love Resident Evil 3. I love Biohazard 3. Yeah. However, there were special editions with this item. The special item being the seeds for the infamous green herb. What? So wait, there were special editions with the item, and apparently it came with seeds for the infamous green herb. What is it, weed? Would you care to try some treating your wounds with it, or should I say, would it be possible to mix them? I don't know where the red herbs and the blue herbs are.
Maybe.
Well, it's weed, so just smoke it and light up and fucking...
No, they eat the herb.
I know, I'm joking.
No, you're not. They eat the fucking herb.
I know. Well, they eat it and... Or they rub it on the wound?
Oh!
I always thought it was... No, I'm joking. Like, if in real life, if they gave you seeds, people would plant that and they would smoke it. So, I'm kidding.
In the game,
I don't know.
They do eat it.
Yeah, I know. But, I didn't know that existed. Wow.
Neither did I.
That wasn't real, I don't know. That wasn't really
Very
a question.
Obscure item.
That wasn't a question, but that was interesting. I think he was probably asking, would it be possible to mix them? That was his question. I don't think so.
No.
Number 4, which would be the most brutal way to get killed in Resident Evil? Other than being head spiked in the face by Nemesis, you may name more than one. Mine would be decapitation by the hunter. Another thing I would like to know is... Oh, I will answer the first question. I'd say the regenerators.
I would say the meat grinder from Resident Evil 6.
Oh, that was pretty painful. Even though that's censored as shit, but yeah, that's
censored as shit.
Pretty...
But it was very very violent, very brutal.
I say the regenerator or like Vertigo, because he's one of those guys where, like, it's just the fact that he's creepy and he can cut off your head if you're weak.
Yeah.
But
that's quick,
True. Brutal. Oh, brutal would be fuck, I'm trying to think, because I remember how Leon sounds when he dies. Yeah, like, and he just, like, dies.
Remember when the U3 picks you up and then snaps your neck? That's cool.
Oh, you know what's brutal? Yeah. When he fucking chops off your legs and shit?
Yeah.
Like, the lower half of your body, and he picks it up? That's brutal. That is brutal. Because you could still be alive after that. Like, in real life, your body would still be... it's kind of disturbing. But
I think any deaths from the bugs as well, because you don't know what they can do. They could poison you. They could
the acid on
slowly.
the face.
They could lay eggs inside of you. The
acid on the face, dude.
Acid on the face, poison,
melting off. Pretty much RE4 deaths. They really made them brutal. Those RE4 deaths probably have the most brutal deaths in the series.
Yeah, they were censored in Japan.
Yeah, there you go. And he also said. Another thing I would like to know is which method of getting killed would be the most unexpected one for you guys. Method? Probably decapitation, because it just happens so quick.
Chainsaw guy right behind you.
The chainsaw guy just goes... yeah. And another thing about that is just the fact that, like, he actually starts cutting into you, and then you get fucked up. So, like you never knew you would get your head chopped off by a hunter when you are at Yellow Caution in Resident Evil 3. That is true. That did catch me off guard. Thanks, Atomi Love. Thanks for the questions, man. You always have a lot, just like Mark Main. And everybody else asks questions too, so always ask as much as you want. Feel free. Okay, Thumos Land. Oh, this is Mark Main. I have changed my name.
Okay.
This is my new username. Okay. And then somebody withdrawed comments like 5 times. I don't know who that was. And then Tidocraft 2 says, when you start LP COU? When you start LP COU? Why don't like they PDP? Are they retarded? No, I'm kidding. What does that even mean? When you start LP COU, continue? Counts? When you start LP COU? Like that's seriously what it, like there's a space. When you start LP COU? I don't know. COU?
When you start LP COU. When you start LP. Yeah, it's like a fucking, like, say it.
When you start LP COU?
Say it 5 times fast.
When you start LP COU? When you start LP COU? When you start... Nah, I can't do it.
You start
Start LP COU. Start LP
COU. Are they retarded?
You
start...
If you're saying when I continue a Let's Play, again, I said sometime like early to middle summer, possibly. If that was your question, I honestly, it's so broken, I have no idea what that means. Okay, last question. This is by Tom Levs. That's an interesting name. Tom Levs, come here, man.
Hewlett.
Anyway. Tom Hewlett, yeah. What if this is him? Hey, guys. Have a kind of a different question for the both of you. Hope you don't mind, okay? What's your favorite thing to do when you are with a girl hanging out? Most of the ones that I am around don't like the same things as that I do, so I was just curious on what you and another girl would enjoy the most. Maybe some advice? Thank you and keep up the good work, you two. Favorite thing to do with a girl when you're just hanging out? No, I'm kidding. That's after. Yeah, that's afterwards. No, I'm kidding. Well,
really,
if it's a girl,
there really is no favorite thing.
Well, it depends how the girl is. Like my experience is, if you're really good friends with the girl and you're really chill, and you like the same thing she's into, you like movies, you like games, you like just hanging out and talking, having a good time. When you're hanging out, just do what you don't really have to do what she wants, because sometimes they're just like, hey, I don't care, and they really don't care.
There really is no specific favorite thing to do. It's just like, hey, what do you feel like doing? Oh, and then you can go over possibilities and just hang out,
Go over her house.
Go to the movies, play games.
Go to the movies.
Watch
the mall.
Watch a movie. Go to the mall. Do anything you want.
Yeah, I mean, it
just
depends.
Just as long as you're having a good time with her.
Yeah, and if it's a girl that you like
if it's a girl that you like after that hangout, that is kind of different. You're just going to be thinking about. You're going to be like, wow, that was the best time of my life.
Yeah, because
girls are fucking stupid. So.
Yeah, a lot of them are, unfortunately. So you really got to watch yourself and not get attached, because that's a mistake that I always make. But I don't know, because I mean, it is kind of more simple. But if it's a girl that you like, if you kind of want to try to do something that you kind of want to not show off, but you just kind of want to show about yourself, or just kind of show that you're kind of fun, it should come natural. Because I'm pretty sure he's talking about hanging out with a girl. Because you could just hang out with a girl and it could just be a friend and be nothing. But I'm pretty sure he's specifically talking about if you like that individual.
Yeah.
And if she likes you back, then you should be able to tell. But it might take a few hangouts until she comes to your place and stuff like that.
If she ignores you during school, then just forget about her.
Yeah. Or just at a job, or however older you are.
If she only talks to you at certain times, or just only with the phone and ignores you in school, or ignore her.
Yeah, because he says most of the ones that I'm around don't like the same things that I do. Well, they don't really have to like the same things, because personality comes to mind. Because they might like some things that you might not know about. So I mean, you either get lucky, or you just find one that might like different things, and you might get into that, or you might actually find out she likes things that, you know, you like you didn't know that she liked them when you get to know her. So it really depends. There's many standards, because so some advice, that's pretty much it. Just like,
it all depends on like how the flow of conversations can go. Like if it's really awkward, then again, you really don't have much of a chance.
yeah, because I mean, I've been in situations where it's like
if you're struggling and you keep struggling and you don't think it's going well and she doesn't really seem interested, I'm sorry.
yeah, because when things get consistent, like when you keep seeing each other and stuff, then you'll find out, like, hey, you should definitely bring it up to her and be like, so what's going on? Or maybe she might make the first move or something. Because when it comes to kind of relationship levels, that's just a different thing altogether. But hanging out over and over again is always a good thing to do. Because, like, if she shows that she's interested, and then she's like, hey, we should definitely do it again, do it again. Just because like...
Just make sure she doesn't have a jealous boyfriend who later
well,
tells
yeah, but you would know. If you're hanging out with a girl that you like...
No,
well,
I'm just...
Yeah,
I'm
but
making
you would
it
know.
from personal experience.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I knew someone, she said, let's have lunch again. And she was just a really good friend at the time, but then her boyfriend told her to stop talking to other guys, and that included me. So then she basically ignored me for like 2 weeks, even though I was one of her best friends, all because her boyfriend told her to. But remember, sex means everything.
Yeah, that consumes you. Trust, and like that's
it consumed her. It sure did.
Well, not you, but I'm saying like you, as in not you, but
no, I'm saying that sex consumed her for sure.
Yeah, in that situation, yeah, it's like
it did.
Yeah, it's stupid, but I mean, fuck it. If the people, it's just, yeah, it does, because if you have that hook and like, you know, she's not really involved with anybody else, then that's fine. But if you can tell that like that she's not really,
like, she's not interested, then
she's not really interested, then just kind of like don't get too attached and be like, hey, we could stay friends. And who knows, maybe whoever she's talking to like might stop talking to her. Maybe things don't work out with her, and then eventually, within due time,
don't be too clingy. Give her space sometimes.
And you give her space, and make sure she's not a loony, and have a good time.
Sure she won't abandon you for another boyfriend,
or abandon you for just no reason, because sometimes there isn't a
Make
reason.
Sure she won't like lie to you.
Yeah. And again, that's hard
like
because
fake around you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard because sometimes you won't know until it hits you. But just you learn from experience. That's just how you have to take life. You just have to keep going and try. But just have a good time. Hang out, and actually might be doing something tomorrow.
Don't think of it as like, oh my god, I'm gonna hang out with the girl that I like. Just
be like, hey, I'm hanging out with a good friend.
Not even.
But actually,
like. Well, you're aware of the fact that you like her. It's just like, just go and have, like, with the intent of having a good time.
Exactly. Like, that's kind of what I'm...
Don't try to impress her. Don't try to act too macho. Don't act too cocky.
Exactly.
Be a gentleman. Be a gentleman.
And that's... Yeah, definitely. It's all about that 50s style respect.
But you don't have to buy her gifts and all that. Just be nice. You can offer... Yeah. Something like, say you're going for a coffee, you can be like, oh hey, can I pay for you, or can I get you a meal, or whatever.
Be nice, like that. Something like that might be happening with me tomorrow. I don't know, tomorrow or next weekend or something like that. Kind of in that situation, but not really. It's just kind of like a chill time.
Yeah.
But
something like that won't happen to me because everyone I know are fucking cunts. But
unfortunately, that's one of my cases too. This one's just kind of like it's just worth a shot, and she's...
Just yesterday, one of my friends was like... Because he was referring to, like, you know who. And he's like, I don't know why she would have that kind of friendship with you, where she would only contact you with electronics. Like, I know. And she's like, I don't know why she would fake being your friend. I'm like, I know.
Fucking girls, man.
Stupid liar.
They'll really... Most girls are just... They'll be the death of guys, most of them, I'm telling you, they really rip you to shreds when they want. Most of them do, not all of them, but I mean, I'm sorry. I know we're going off on this question, but it just kind of, hey, it's our time for free talk, so we can kind of get things out. Yeah, they really fuck you up, and I hate that. That's the thing that really fucks me up. Like, I hate that. So that's why if something bad happens, it will bother you, and it will continue to haunt you, and who fucking knows when you'll get over it. That's kind of like if something bad happens, like, unfortunately, that's how it is. Like, it's just so bad. It's so bad. Too many thoughts. Like, I don't have a stable mind, and I really get fucked up from things like that. So
why don't they like PDP? Are they retarded?
I don't know. I think that's all the questions. That is all of the questions. So that was episode. This one was a little bit shorter, probably like a half hour shorter. Not much of a difference, but the questions did take up most of the show, which I liked because it was about you guys pretty much. And again, thanks for tuning in, guys. And it's been a fun ride, and hopefully we'll be recording next week. That's the plan anyway. Run it by Richard and stuff. And so yeah, I dedicate this to Chi Chang, a bassist of Deftones who passed away. I dedicate this to your fans as well. Thanks for supporting us, and thanks for hearing me out in the beginning, explaining what's happening. There'll still be more content coming in the next few weeks. I don't know when. I don't want to say a really time, but you'll see it whenever. Me and Richard can do it. And so yeah, thanks again, guys. It means a lot. So yeah, thank you. And I guess we'll see you around.
See you guys in the next podcast.
Goodbye, guys.